Well, good morning all. Today's plan is we're going to try to answer a question. This chunk of river I'm at, the reason I hiked so far to get here is this section of river we're in right now is very narrow with almost vertical walls. And during flood stage, when the gold's moving, when the big boulders and the gold's moving, I would imagine the water in here is 40, 50 feet deep. So today's project is we're going to go up on this bank and we're going to find crevices. And hopefully, we're going to find crevices with rocks about this size and smaller, nice crevices, and clean those out, see what we're getting. Then we're going to go down as low as we can in the creek. Now, being this is fall, the creek's as low as it's going to get. So we're going to go down low and hopefully find some cracks down there and clean them out. Now, according to the rules of physics, we should get the light gold up on the bank, the heavy gold down at the river. The question I want to answer today is, being this section of river is so narrow, I know we're not going to find any light gold down on the creek, down on the bottom. The only gold we're going to find there is the pieces that happen to fall when the river finally receded. There's going to be no accumulation because there's just too much current. Up on the hillside, it's got time to accumulate in the cracks up there because you're out of the main flow. Now the question I want to answer today is, in a situation like this, are you better off working the high bank and getting a large quantity of fine gold, or are you better off down on the river not finding much gold but hopefully coming across a chunk that will add up to more than you can get up on the bank? Now, I can't wait to get started, so what do you say we grab the gear and we're going to start on the bank first. One thing I didn't consider is the logistics of trying to film on the side of a hill, but we'll give it our best shot. Okay, right here is our first spot. We have a crack about this long. It's got some real nice packed in gravel. I'll try to give you a better shot of this. We have a big rock outcropping in front of us that you can't see to diminish the flow. So this should be a good spot. It should be a nice back eddy right here to hopefully deposit some gold. Okay, let me show you this crack. A couple of nice rocks and gravel around it. Gravel up here. Come down to here. So it's a nice little catch. See if we can get these things to loosen up any. Boy, they are packed in there nice. There we go. Usually if you can get one loose, after that it gets a lot easier. Get a rock like that. Now, the fact that we're looking for flood gold, we're going to pan all the gravel. The rocks like this we'll just go ahead and throw out, but there can be gold anywhere in this gravel. Okay, all this loose stuff on top we'll just throw. All right. Okay, let's go see what we got. Well, we got our first test pan done, and we did pick up 2 pieces of gold. So I'll show you that in a second. So we know there's gold in there, so now we want to go back and clean that crevice completely. Get every little piece of sand we can out of it, because we know there is gold dropping in there. Okay, let me show you this gold. Okay, you can see here we got two nice little pieces, and there's several other really small microscopic specks, but not too bad, and there's a lot of black sand in here. Okay, well, we got those pieces cleaned up out of the pan. We got that crevice all cleaned out. We got a final pan out of that one. We'll see what we got, and then we'll look for another one. Okay, well, we got that one cleaned out, and we got quite a bit of really fine gold and one or two, I wouldn't say big, but, you know, not bad flakes. Okay, I don't know how well that's showing it, but you can see right in here we got quite a few flakes. What we got is two cracks right down in here. The way this is situated on the hillside, I'm not going to be able to set the camera up where you can see it. I'll give you a handheld shot. But basically this crack right here is coming down, and there's two of them right here in this low spot. We got this rock wall right here that's protecting it where it can come in here and eddy. And we got some nice gravel packed in here pretty good. So we'll give both of these a try and see how we do. Here's a handheld shot of these two cracks. See if I can get my hand down there so you can get an idea. And you can see in here there's some nice gravel in both these cracks. Well, I've been digging this crevice out, and I'm getting down to the bottom of it, and I had to go get my tweezers because I think I see a nice hunk of gold. So I'm going to try to get the camera down here and show you what I'm seeing, and let's see if this is a piece of gold. Now what I'm looking at is right here. And I think that is a piece of gold. That is one nice little hunk of gold for being up this high. Well, I did not expect that. I would never think there'd be a chunk of gold up this high that's this size. Now, another thing you have to also consider is at one time the riverbed was up a lot higher. So gold could be deposited when the river is a lot higher, but I don't really depend upon that a lot, because when this was mined in the 1850s, 1860s, all this higher stuff they cleaned real well, and so most of these cracks were cleaned. That doesn't mean all of them, but a good percentage of them were cleaned back then when it was all high and dry. Okay, well I'm really kind of itching to get to the bottom of this thing now, see what we got. Well, I finally got that crevice cleaned out. It took a little longer than normal because after finding that piece of gold, every time I dug up a piece of a leaf or a light stone, I stopped because I thought I had another piece of gold, but that was the only one I seen digging it up. But took that down, panned it out, and this is a pretty nice pan. Let me show you. Okay, you can see here we got quite a few nice chunky pieces. And if I throw in that chunk that we found while digging, that's a pretty nice crevice. The good news is I got to go get my bottle because two of these won't go in that snuffer bottle. Okay, well, I'm going to clean this up, and then we're going to jump on that next crack. Well, we got us quite a pan of gravel out of that second crevice, and it was a little tougher to get clean. I didn't get it as clean as I'd like to because there's no way to get down to the bottom where some of the gravel's gone. It's too narrow, and my Huntley spoon just won't go down in there. So depending on how we do here, whether or not we'll mess with that anymore or not. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go pan this out. Well, we got that panned out, and this one's a little different than the other crevice. This one has quite a few pieces of lead in it, and we got 3 nice pieces of gold and several little tiny ones. Let me show you here. Okay, you can see right here we got 3 nice pieces of gold, and there's some other fine stuff with it. But then over here we got quite a pile of lead. Okay, well, after looking at this, I'm a little intrigued on the lead. The fact we're getting lead out of this crevice, and we didn't get lead out of the crevice right next to it. I'm thinking there might be some more fine stuff in that. Apparently it's dropping into that first crevice, more of the lead and the finer gold. So I think I'll clean this up, and then I'll spend a little more time and clean that out a little bit better, best as I can, and we'll see if we picked up anything additional. Well, I did get about 1/4 cup more material out of that crevice, and panned it out, and I did pick up 1 more small piece of gold. So it goes to show you, you got to get every bit out of that crack. Let me show you this piece of gold. Not real big, but it is a piece of gold. We're going to call that crevice done, and we're going to clean 1 more, and then we're going to head down to the creek. We got us a crack right through here we're going to do next, and the sun has finally gotten the canyon, and it went from chilly to hot in a matter of 2 minutes. Okay, well, let's get this cleaned out. Got that panned out, and we picked up 3 more pieces. Let me show you this, and a hunk of lead. Okay, we got 3 pieces right there. Okay, I'm going to throw these in the bottle, and then let's get down low as we can and see if we can find us some nice crevices down there. We got us a good looking crevice right here. Runs up into this pocket here. It continues on up, but this right in here looks really good to me. So this is the first one we're going to give a go. We got that first pan done, and we got a chunk of lead and a little nail and some nice little hunky gold. Let me show you. Okay, you can see right here we got 4 nice pieces and 1 little small one. Well, I'm going to break for lunch because I know it's way after lunchtime and I'm starving. And then we'll jump, right after lunch, we'll jump on our next crevice. Okay, I'll see you after lunch. Okay, we got us a crevice. Right here is a good little pocket. And then it's not much of a crevice, but it goes down to a nice little pocket right here. And this is down almost level with the water. So we'll clean both these and see how we do. Well, I just finished that second crevice, and this one's a little better. We found 2 pieces of gold. One's kind of chunky. Well, they're both kind of chunky, but we're still not as big as what we found in that first crevice. Let me show you what we got. There's just chunky pieces. I'm not finding any fine gold at all. You can see right here we got the 2 pieces. They're fairly chunky. Well, the best part about this is I don't have to use a snuffer bottle on these. Okay, now we're going to keep these separate from what we found in the high stuff. So I'm going to put these in a different bottle, and I'm going to get on that third crevice right now because it's getting late, and we're going to be hard pressed to get it finished. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm getting beat. This crevicing is hard work. Well, we got that third one cleaned out, and I found a really nice old square nail and a piece of gold big enough I can pick it up. Actually, there's 2 pieces in there. Let me show you. Okay, you can see right there we got this one nice chunky piece and another smaller piece. Well, I'm thinking it's pretty much time to pack things up and start our hike out of here. We got quite a hike and I'm not too sure about this weather. It looks like it's clouding up. So let's gather everything up and I'll see you back at the house. Well, we made it back home and no, it's not the next morning. It's the next evening. I got up this morning and I got up half hour late and I had to boogie right to work. So what do you say we throw that gold on the scale and see how we did? Okay, let's weigh the gold we got down low first. Okay, here's our largest nugget. 1.53 grams. And we ended up with 2.22 grams. Okay. Now here's the gold we got up high. Here's that one large piece. 0.82 grams. And here's the rest. 1.58 grams. All right, now see if we can get a close-up on this gold. And that is some good-looking gold. That come out pretty much as I expected. But you got to factor in there is a few surprises here. Really didn't expect to find a piece that large up high. And then again, that one big piece we found down low really saved us. So the general rule is still intact. Down low, you're going to find larger gold. Up high, you're going to find more gold, but lighter. But what we did prove yesterday was you can find gold no matter what the creek's doing. If it's late in the year, the water's down low, you can get down to the lower crevices, you can find larger pieces of gold. But you can only do that a couple months out of the year. The rest of the time, the river's going to be flowing, but you can still find some pretty nice gold by working up high. Now, the one thing I have learned over the years is you got to find the packed gravel. It really doesn't matter how high it is. If the gravel's packed, your odds are pretty good there's going to be gold in it. If the gravel's loose, most of the time, all I ever find is real fine, that micron stuff, the real tiny stuff. So it really doesn't matter how high you are. If the gravel's packed, you should be picking up some nice gold. Okay, well, I'm starving to death and I haven't even started on my dinner yet, so I'm out of here. You have a wonderful day.